Sitting by the fire, feeling oh so fine on this holy night. The Spirit guides us.
Hey, beautiful. I love this time of year. Today, we're going to be making flan, and I'm also going to share my Christmas decorations. I tried to do everything just a little bit earlier so that I wasn't overwhelmed for Thanksgiving since we're going to be staying at home this year. To have a little bit of allergies going on, so pardon me. But I have a giant pasta pan and two round 9-inch baking pans. I'm going to fill up the pasta pan, making sure that the baking pans are covered to about halfway on the sides. So you'll see I add water and then I press down on the pans because once the ingredients are inside, then it's going to, weigh them down. So you want to make sure that it's filled up or the water reaches about halfway like this. And then I take the pans out and I want to bring this over to the oven. I do preheat the oven to 350 and I place the pan in there, making sure that the water is already hot. I don't want to affect the cooking time. So you want to do this first. So this should be the first thing that you're doing. So add your pan with the water, let it get nice and heated. And then while I'm doing that, I'm showing you the ingredients. You're just going to need 4 eggs, a block of cream cheese at about room temperature. You want to let it sit out for a bit so it's nice and soft. Condensed milk. I love this using this brand. And then a can of carnation milk, and then a dash of salt, and then a capful of vanilla. That is all I use, you guys. And I'm showing you here that you're going to times that by 2 since we're making 2, but if you're only making 1, then you only need one side. Now we're going in with the sugar. You want some granulated sugar. I actually did order I think it's A and G. I don't know, I might be wrong, but they replaced it with this one, but any granulated sugar is fine. The recipe does call for 1 cup of sugar for the caramel, but since we are making 2, I'm going to add 2 cups, and I'm going to make sure that I'm heating it at medium heat the entire time. I don't change the heat at all. So I let it sit until I see that it starts to melt and I start to mix it in together. And you're going to make sure that you're breaking up the little pieces, continuously stirring it so that it heats evenly. I definitely say that this is the hardest part of making the flan because the flan itself is so simple. So you just want to practice with the caramel part, and it is very hot, so be very careful. So this is a color that you are looking for, a nice amber color. So I'm trying to divide it in half, and this starts to cool down really quickly. So I did struggle since I'm making 2. I've never made 2 at the same time. So I was just trying to make sure that the caramel goes up about an inch on the sides or like half an inch. And I wasn't too successful with that, but that's okay. That's okay. It still works because I've done it in the past and it'll still be fine. That's what the baño de Maria is, which is the water that you are baking it in. It keeps it nice and soft. It keeps it from overcooking, um, the caramel, that is. So I just make sure at the very least that it's up a little bit on the side of the pan because the goal is to, like, when you flip it after it's cooked, that the sugar runs down the side also so that the flan can come out. So I'm going to go in with my blender. I'm showing you that the pans got really hot and they were really hard to hold. So I was just trying to adjust, but make sure that you are careful. Like I said, I've burned myself with the sugar before and it was a drop and it was bad. So be very careful. Okay, so I'm going to start with the eggs first. I'm going to add all 4 eggs and then I'm going in with the condensed milk. Basically, I'm going to start with the things that would be the hardest to blend. So I'm adding the condensed milk. Now I'm going in with the cream cheese. And then apparently for this clip, I wanted to show you that I was being a good chef and I was cleaning up after myself. I do add a capful of vanilla. It's just usually what I do. And then a dash of salt. Dash of salt is very important. And if you didn't get enough of a dash, then just add a little bit more. I blend that together really well. I'm going to plug it in first, of course. Make sure it's blended really well. You can use a spoon and then, like scrape the sides. Make sure everything's in there. I'm going to add the carnation or the evaporated milk last because it's already in liquid form. I just want to make sure I blend that in with everything else well and then blend that together.
Tocando las cuerdas de mi cora, bebiendo, cantando las canciones cuando me enojas. Bebé, tú eres mi ritmo, una musa pa' este disco, una canción con cafecito.
All right, just making sure I'm not making a mess, making sure that drips in the blender. And now I'm going in and I'm going to place the pans in the water now. They did get a chance to cool. So when I do pour the ingredients in, you will see that it cracks. It's so satisfying. I love seeing it. But I'm going to place them in the water. And in this part, I will say that as you're pouring in the ingredients, you can actually strain it if you choose. It makes for like a creamier, softer flan, but I don't do it and I've never had a problem. It's just as creamy and soft, but I have done it in the past. So you can strain it if you want as you're pouring it in. And that one had to sit there for like 3 minutes while I was prepping the other batch. I was trying to rush so much with that second one. So you want to put it in very carefully. And then you're going to bake them for an hour, about an hour. Then you're going to pull them out and you want to let them sit on the counter until they reach about room temperature. That is a very important part because you're going to allow it to continue to cook but also cool down. And then you're going to put some aluminum foil on them and then refrigerate them overnight is the best. If not, you want to refrigerate it for about 6 hours. But once you are going to serve it, you want to go around the edges with a butter knife, loosen it up a little bit, and then turn it onto a plate that's at least like 2 inches larger so that the caramel can, flow down and around it. And then this would be your end result. Now I'm going to show you my Christmas decorations and how we finished out the night. It was a late night, you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to say that I am thankful for you. I hope you guys have a blessed Thanksgiving, a happy Thanksgiving. And I just want to thank you for being here. Before I go, let me know if you are going to try the flan. I am curious what your favorite dessert is for Thanksgiving. I know in my house we like key lime pie, pumpkin pie, and flan. So let me know what yours is. I'm curious. Also, I want to show you guys that I added some. Mina looks so cute sitting there. Looked like she was doing that on purpose. She wanted to look so cute on the camera. I ended up adding bows to the plant pots and to the chair at the nail station to try to tie everything together upstairs. I think we might add some bows or like a garland to the stairs. I don't know, maybe. But here's a shot of Mina. She also wants to say Happy Thanksgiving. And that she loves you guys. She's so cute. We love you. All right. We are going to enjoy a nice treat. My daughter made us some hot chocolate, and that's the rest of our night. But it's not a jammy video on the holidays without a giveaway. So I'm going to give away, it's going to be 3 lucky winners. It is not affiliated with YouTube. It's $50 each. So comment with your Cash App and anything that you appreciated about the video or whatever you want. Just comment whatever you want, but make sure you comment with your Cash App. I'll pick 3 winners, $50. I'll be looking out for the entries and your comments. You guys know I always try to answer all of your comments. I'll be looking out for your comments, and in the next 2 weeks, to give everyone a chance to enter, I will announce the winners on the community tab. Have a happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours. Hope to see you in the next video.